evening, all you Minties, and welcome back to a special episode of Reelz Talk with your host, the amazing Amanda, my lovely co-host, Uncanny Omar, and our special guest, Dom.
What's good, everybody? Thank you for having me.
We needed a specialist on the character of Sabra, so we invited him.
Yes, since Omar didn't get it.
Yeah.
To be
fair, I think I'd rather be talking about Cobra Kai final season.
Yeah.
And, this movie, but that's okay. We're here to review this movie and talk a little bit about what worked, what didn't work, and the Easter eggs that we noticed. So,
and what does this mean for the future of the MCU, if it means anything? All that fun stuff.
Everything was so cryptic at the anyway. Yeah. So we are going to be talking about. You want to do like a non-spoilery part and then a spoilery part? Is that what you?
Sure. Yeah. Yes. What can we spoil? What can be spoiled? We know. So if you've seen any trailer or any poster, you know that Red Hulk is in it, and you know that Thunderbolt Ross, played by Harrison Ford, is the Red Hulk. So I guess that's not really a spoiler. Anthony Mackie's returning as Captain America or Sam, and then Danny Ramirez is our Falcon, and we're introducing some new characters as well. And that's one of the things that we were talking about just a little bit ago. One of the characters whose pretty much identity was stripped away because of the ongoing conflict with Israel and Palestine. So said character's identity was stripped away and changed dramatically in this final film format. But just a little bit about the film so everyone's aware. It's directed by Julius Ona, who's the director of the Cloverfield Paradox, if anyone has seen that.
The third one?
I think so. Is that the one on Netflix, right? Was that the one on Netflix?
Yeah, it's the one on Netflix.
That was my least favorite. Yeah.
Harrison Ford always plays a badass president. That's
right. Air Force One, baby.
But this movie was kind of riddled with a lot of issues. Reportedly, the budget was like around 180 million, but insiders are saying it probably cost maybe upwards of 300 million due to a lot of reshoots. We knew there was a lot of reshoots going on, and of course, reshoots are standard. But when you look at the final cut, I don't know how you two feel, but it feels like the reshoots, they were trying to change the plot of the film, or they were trying to do some different things, either because of the audience test scores weren't good, or because of the political issues that were arising. I'd heard that they had to change the way Harrison Ford portrayed Thunderbolt Ross because of our political landscape with Donald Trump and etc. And so there's just a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with this film.
I know that it was it's a lot. There was a lot of reshoots. Anytime there's reshoots, it always makes me worried. But I don't know. I mean, there were lots of reshoots in Rogue One, and people loved that movie when it came out. So sometimes reshoots do help the end product. In this, it does feel, the pacing and everything feels a little bit disjointed. But let's see, non-spoilery part. We do have the return of Sam Wilson after him and Bucky teamed up in the Falcon Winter Soldier, or Captain America Winter Soldier, as it was called later.
Yeah.
And Isaiah that was in that movie.
Yes.
Bradley
was in it too. Yeah. So
same actor. There was a new character that was introduced that I was like, am I supposed to know this woman? And that was Layla Taylor, who he was talking about. He's like, I've got an insider inside of the president's office, and I had no idea who she was. I was looking at Amanda. I was like, I wasn't the biggest fan of Falcon Winter Soldier, the show, and I was like, is that his sister? Like, who is this guy? I could not remember who played his sister. I just couldn't remember much about it. But I think she did turn out to be a new character.
Yes. And then the other new character that we're introduced to is Ruth Batsaraf, played by Israeli actress Shira Haas. And she works for the president very closely for Thunderbolt Ross, and turns out to be a very pivotal character in the film throughout.
Do I ever do reshoots?
Yes.
Yeah,
all the time.
Sometimes I forget to plug my mic in. Sometimes I show the wrong cover. Oh my goodness, Phil, all the time. Reshoots almost always. people these days just think they're always a bad thing. Probably because as of late they have heard of the final product. If you say it's bad, I will be mad. Well, I'm glad you like it.
Monkey.
Sometimes reshoots help a movie, and sometimes
they don't.
Absolutely. Sam's girlfriends in the 70s comic was Layla. They didn't act like a couple. I don't know. Maybe they weren't. Like, maybe. Did you all see chemistry there?
No, I thought she was a friend.
I thought it was his sister. That's why I was like, who is this woman? Hey, Amanda and Dom, who's the new guy in the corner?
He's wearing a Kentucky shirt.
It is a weird thing to see him with a sports shirt on. That doesn't.
I'm sorry. Like, it doesn't fit you.
I went to more basketball UK games than put together. Okay,
we're embellishing the basketball.
How many have you been to? Wait, how many have you been to?
Five, because I used to be married to a UK fan, and I had to go to these stupid ass games that I did not care about.
Yeah.
Although they might have been more exciting than the fighting scenes in Captain America: Brave New World. Spoilers.
Yes. All right. So brief. I guess I don't know how much the plot we can talk about, but essentially, in the beginning of the movie, they are trying to take down the Serpent Society. So we all are familiar with this. Well, if you are familiar with the comics, you might be familiar with the Serpent Society. Carlos Esposito plays Giancarlo Esposito. Huh?
I like the way you say that.
Oh, Esposito. Yeah. Well, apparently that's how he says it. So he plays Sidewinder in this, and the initial thing is that they are trying to stop the Serpent Society from stealing some adamantium. Adamantium has been introduced into this world. I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, actually, but it has been. It was taken from the celestial being that has now suddenly not, it's been absent since Eternals, but now it's become a central part of the plot for this film. A lot of other films' plots have become central to this to this film, and we can talk about that. How Sam doesn't really have his own story to really play off of, but yeah. So essentially, that's what Sam and Joaquin, or the new Falcon, are trying to do, is stop this from happening. And then, of course, it leads to this peace treaty that is happening. These accords that are happening between the United States and several other countries, including Japan, who apparently are responsible for mining the adamantium. He got very.
I got a little emotional. I'm like, oh my god, it's like they're actually saying it in an MCU movie. I don't know why. Deadpool and Wolverine, whatever, but it's just like so funny to see it in the MCU.
Yeah. So, and during the peace treaty talks announcement that they have at the White House, a attack is made on the president's life, or so it seems, by several soldiers, including Isaiah. And so now the whole plot of the movie centers around Sam trying to figure out, who's behind all this, and also the more interior plot. Is Thunderbolt Ross a changed man? Is he the man he says he is now and no longer was? A man about war, a man who takes no prisoners, a man who wants to do good for the world and has the world stand together as one. Is he a changed man? He says he's doing it for his daughter, Betty. He wants to do right by her. He wants to show her that he's a changed man. And the whole theme of this story, which actually could just be a Thunderbolt Ross movie, is he really a changed man? Can he change? Does Sam believe in him? And along the way, of course, he's also trying to clear the name of his friend Isaiah Bradley, who apparently might have tried to kill the president, or was he under the influence of something? And have we seen this plot played out before in another Captain America movie? I don't know.
Like that was the stupid reshoot that happened. It was like, we need to explain that because we completely forgot about that happening in Winter Soldier. What?
Yeah.
Yes. There was another. I think there were supposed to be more Serpent Society members, but I think one of them was supposed to be Copperhead, the big guy that he
Rollins was supposed to be one of them, but they
they cut his part out completely.
Yeah.
So wait, adamantium wasn't created by Dr. Myron McLean in these films.
Yeah.
No, it's created by a celestial being in Celestial Island.
I don't even know if it was created. It's just in them, I guess. It's in the being.
Yeah,
They coined it, right? They coined it in the film and said, like, hey, we found this certain.
Well, that's what I was asking Amanda. I'm like, wasn't that a private conference? And then
yeah, it was only with UN members.
Yeah, and then there was a news outlet.
News Spectrum News or whatever.
Like,
yeah,
Adamsntium is, and I'm like, wait. I felt like I missed something. Not that that's that big of a deal, honestly.
There was press outside of it. They knew something was going on. I have a feeling that the Adamsntium has been talked about in the news before.
Diamondback was cut. Iron Patriot. Iron Patriot was used in the third one, right? It was the president wearing the Iron Patriot outfit, right?
Yes.
In the third Iron Man movie. Sorry. Rating it out of 10 soon. Maybe after the quick spoiler talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know how he's turning into the Red Hulk until we get to the spoiler section. And then there's a big fight between Captain America and
the Hulk. Red Hulk. Yeah.
And well, one of them wins. That's all I'll say about that. Yeah. Let's talk about the non-spoilery sound.
Okay, let's talk about what non-spoiler, what did we like about the film? Tom, what did you like about the film?
Yeah, no, what did you like about it, buddy?
I liked Harrison Ford's acting. He usually at least tries to bring something into all of his films, and his presence and his uneasiness were easy to buy into. And I also it also never felt like, oh, we got a brand new Thunderbolt Ross. I thought he fit at least whatever they asked of his character. There's one certain cameo that I've really liked in the film, and the interaction between those two characters. I won't say it until later. I think Anthony Mackie does I love the character arc and the growth that he has in the film. I've always felt that way with Anthony Mackie's interpretation of Sam Wilson. Everything else is kind of falls flat for me, but I think those are my favorite parts of the film if I had to pick and choose.
Yeah, I agree with you on Harrison Ford. I remember seeing, Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny, a character he's played many times, and you almost feel like sometimes he might be phoning it in a little bit. But in this one, especially some of the more emotional scenes he had to have in this film, really did it for me. Oh my gosh, Ryan. I agree with you there. I think that Harrison, honestly, I was more invested in watching him and what was playing out with him in the film than anything else. Not to take away from Anthony Mackie, because I think Anthony Mackie does an amazing job as Sam Wilson. And I just think this movie didn't do his character justice enough. But Anthony Mackie showed up and he delivered exactly what he needed to do. What else? I like the actor who also is Isaiah Bradley, and I wish we got a little bit more screen time with him. And I remember, going back, I thought there were earlier posters and maybe even some where it looked like he might have potentially been suiting up, but maybe they changed that because clearly they've done they did some rewrites and then that also factored into the reshoots. So I don't know really what went on there, but I really liked Isaiah Bradley, and I liked the plot idea of, is Thunderbolt Ross a good man? I don't necessarily think that was I don't think that was big enough for a film, or at least a Captain America film, if it was like a Thunderbolt Ross film. And then the only thing to me, well, anyways, we'll talk about what he didn't like. But yeah, so I do like the idea of that. That was an interesting idea they explored. Can a tiger change his stripes? Can he be a good person? Is he a good person? That was an interesting concept. So whether or not the execution all delivered, we can talk about that later. Omar, what did you like?
I like the lighting.
Shut up.
When it hit the trees, the sakura trees.
The cherry trees?
Cherry blossoms.
Yeah, well, that was the sakura trees, right?
Yeah, trees.
I'm with you all here. I think Harrison Ford was awesome in this. I thought he really brought it. I really like the actor that plays Isaiah Bradley. Oh man, that guy just brings so much emotion with him. I don't care what project he's on. I mean, he's been on actor for many a year. Couple of cameos that we'll talk about that I kind of like, that I kind of wish they kept a little bit longer in the movie.
Yeah.
I love the suit. Like, to me, I think Alex Ross, right, Dom, is the one that designed the suit in the comic books, and that's what they used in the movie. I don't know. It just never really worked for me in the comics, because I was like, does he really need wings? I know that he's like Falcon / Captain America, but he's Captain America now. But in this, he just looks really badass.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess we'll wait for the spoiler part to talk about things I didn't like, because unfortunately there were a lot more things I didn't like than the things that I did like about the movie. Chemistry between Sam and Joaquin, it was okay. Sometimes it felt a little forced. Sometimes it's okay.
Yeah, I think they're trying to recreate the chemistry that Anthony Mackie had with Chris Evans. I mean, that was, when they brought him in originally with Winter Soldier, which, it feels very of the same beats, right? You're bringing in a new Falcon. You have an espionage type of situation, plot. It has all the makings of Winter Soldier, but not really as intriguing or, as executed well as Winter Soldier was. But yeah, I agree with you there.
I wonder if my cameo in the spoiler section is going to be the same as Dom's favorite cameo or your favorite cameo, which we'll talk a little bit about here.
Okay.
Giancarlo Esposito, it's like,
what was the point of it?
The guy's a great actor.
Yeah.
And they kind of the trailer made it seem like this dude's going to play a big part in this movie. And felt like that's where the reshoots happened, like adding this guy in. I remember I was talking to you about it in the theaters.
And he was a late addition, so I looked it up after.
You could tell.
Yeah.
You could completely tell, because they never it's like every scene with him is like both him and Sam talking, interacting with each other. It's not like a bigger thing going on. Anyway, what else did I like? I like some of the songs. Not the score, but I like some of the songs that they used.
They put a couple Kendrick ones in there.
They did.
That was more than enough for me.
That was good.
Yeah.
I do like some of the songs in the movie.
I love Kendrick Lamar.
Let me try to think. There was a Valdivieso in the movie.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Hey!
I remember Omar. So Omar called me right before I got to the film, and he told me hey, stay during the credits, but not for the post credits. But he was like, "There's a Valdivieso in the movie, Mom. I made it. Somebody out there is related to me in Marvel Studios." And that was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Omar's got a connection that he never knew about.
Yeah, I got one connection that I'll never use, but that's okay.
Why
didn't you call me, Primo? We could have gone in the premiere together, but no.
I just looked up at the right time. She's
the one that noticed it.
Drake would not have liked that movie now.
So this isn't, honestly, Harrison Ford isn't the first time an actor has replaced somebody. Like William Hurt's, the gentleman that played Thunderbolt Ross since the
we got Rhodey, right? Different between.
We don't talk about Terrence Howard. We don't talk. That's too much pain too soon. Mark Ruffalo replays Ed Norton. Oh my gosh, who was it? Was it somebody in Thor? Right? I think.
Yes. Okay, so the original
Shazam. The dude that played Shazam replaced somebody. And then, Red Skull never came back.
The original Warriors 3, Zach, Shazam. He was in the first one because the original actor could not be in it, and that's the guy from Once Upon a Time. I can't remember their names, but Zachary Levi was in the original as one of the Warriors 3, and then the second two, it was the original guy who was supposed to be in it from Once Upon a Time. Prince Charming.
And of course, the 3 different Cassies. What I want to know is Alf. There is an alien life form. It's called the Celestial Island.
But it is not Alf, unless Alf is celestial.
Red Skull did come back, Omar. Okay, yes, I'm sorry. Touche. Red Skull came back.
And it was that guy from
Mr. Anderson. You go with me, right? They never should have cast that guy to be. Anyway, I have a lot of issues with casting at MCU. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and let's warn everybody. We're gonna be talking about spoilers now. So moving on to the
100%.
spoiler portion. 100% spoilers. Talking about Captain America. What the hell is this movie called?
Brave New World. Which
Brave
are,
New World.
yeah,
You
Was it
forgot
always
the name of the
called?
movie halfway in.
Was it?
it's
Was
right
it
up top.
always going to be called Brave New World? I can't remember.
Yes, it was originally New World Order. I can see why
New
they
World Order. NWO. wrestling.
NWO, baby.
Oh, they had
Yeah.
wrestlers in the movie.
see why they changed it with the whole. Yeah, there was
Because of
the-
wrestling?
no, because of the conflict, and of course the political climate. I get why they changed the title.
What? There's a movie where the Red Hulk is the president of the United States. What political climate? It's fine. All right, let me get the spoiler part up here so people.
Okay.
All right, so we are talking about 100% spoilers here. So let's have some fun. Amanda, what was your favorite cameo?
Okay, so honestly, I want to say it was Liv. So obviously throughout the film, he's talking about doing right by Betty. There is a scene where he calls her and she picks up, and I'm like, I asked Omar, is that her voice, or do you think they used AI to recreate
it sounded
her
like
voice? But then, of course, by the end of the film, so Sam does defeat Red Hulk. He doesn't kill him; he just defeats him. And he ends up putting him in the raft, which is so ironic because that's where, Thunderbolt Ross kept Sam and his buddies for, a while until Cap broke him out, right? After Civil War. So he's in the raft and Sam brings Betty, and played by Liv Tyler, to the raft to see her father. So
I really wanted it to be Jennifer Connelly just to confuse the hell out of everybody.
That would have confused me. Because I was like, wait, that makes no sense. But honestly, I would say that was my favorite one, but I liked Bucky being there. So Bucky shows up about, 3/4 of the way through to have a conversation with Sam about why he didn't take the
I love
serum,
that people
right?
are just coming in here like, how bad was it? Not even like, how was it? It was just how bad was it?
It's not that it was bad. It was perfectly fine.
What is adamantium? It is the evolution of the Pokemon Adam. Adamantium.
Right. 100%. It's the
100%.
element that Wolverine's claws are made out of.
Yes. I don't know what
His
the
full
technical
skeleton, not just his claws.
I'm technically right, which is the best type of right.
Mhm.
Technically, yes. Better than Quantum Mania.
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
God, yes.
100%.
Okay. I didn't want to get that excited.
Yeah. At least
Quantum Mania was.
felt like, well, we can talk about the action and everything like that, but it felt like it was just another episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I
would have been okay with it if this was a TV show. It kind of makes sense for this to have been a TV show, and Harrison Ford has no problems being in TV shows. He gets a paycheck regardless.
He's drinking and he's fantastic in it. But anyways, I actually liked Sebastian Stan's cameo a little bit more because I felt like they keep going back with the whole. We didn't really dwell a lot on Sam and him being the new Captain America and how important it is because he didn't take the serum, and what does that mean for him? And so I liked bringing him back, Bucky back, though. Why Bucky's running for office, I'm really confused because is he running for office in the Thunderbolts then? I don't know, because should someone running for office also be with the Thunderbolts? I don't understand what's happening there.
From a scale of Love and Thunder, I love that we've reached bottom of the barrel to Quantum Mania. Where does it land?
I like it more than Love and Thunder. I'll watch it over Love and Thunder.
No, man, them goats made you crack up, Amanda.
The first time, yes, they did.
I hated those goddamn goats from the beginning. Ant-Man and the Wasp, man, a 5 out of 10. Omar, a 4 out of 10. Dom, what would you give Quantum? What did Dom like Quantum Mania, though? Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
What did I think I gave it like a 2 out of 5 when my friends asked me.
4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 for Dom.
There you go.
That's pretty, yeah.
Bucky is a U.S. Senator in Thunderbolts. Oh, we didn't know. I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, he talks about it during the film, like in his cameo. He's like, "Hey,
yeah,
Bucky, you're running for Congress."
You guys completely missed the best cameo, though. The best cameo is one that I was like, I didn't even realize was cameo. But the guy, because I'm like, who is this guy? It's Commander Dennis Dunphy. When he's talking to him about getting like he's the soldier, then the soldier has a friend that knows about.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's D-Man, baby. D-Man made a cameo. Of course, he died. He got killed by the freaking leader.
Yeah, he made his heart.
I think I was the only one who screamed at that reference. Like, it was nearly dead silent in my theater, and I was the only one like yelling about comic references. It felt like I was alone.
I don't know how packed your theater was, but it was really empty where we were, like on an opening night. Which, but you live in California, though, Don.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, I watched it on Dolby IMAX Cinema, whatever the heck it's called, and yeah, it was filled to the brim.
Yeah, we watched that on a rundown theater that's been running on the same projector, like burning to the screen. Popcorn tastes stale, and the soda pop tastes too foamy.
You gotta eat 2 buckets of popcorn every time you're at the movie theater.
Let me tell you something though, if that's how much thought they put into the leader's costume, I'm okay seeing it in a shitty theater like that. It was one of the worst. What, like, why did they just paint that dude green and they gave him a little bit of brain up here? Like,
again,
he looks.
The test audience is not like the original, so I looked it up and
just give me a big head. Don't give me Modok, but give me like a big head.
Design looked to be like it was going to look like that. As so far as they had like
projector's as old as me and Omar. I bet it is, man. I bet that projector is old as me.
So I don't know why they changed it. I just felt like the makeup on him, everything looked so. It was obvious it was makeup. It was obvious it just didn't fit. Wait, dude, Dom, what's your favorite cameo? Did Don Murray say his favorite?
He did.
Cameo?
He liked the
that's
Liv Tyler, which I wish she had been in it a little bit longer too.
I wish she was in it more than just your daughter doesn't want to talk to you and that stuff.
But see, the thing is, if she was going to be in it, all I kept thinking of is, why is Bruce not here? Does he not care about any of this at all? Like, would he not care about Thunderbolt Ross and what's happening with him? Would he not care about Betty? Like, he just gave up on Betty? Like, what?
Well, I think that's actually my biggest problem with the film is that I told my parents, like, the moment when we got home, I was like, I watched a Hulk movie that doesn't have Bruce Banner as the main protagonist. And that is, I think, the biggest failure that Brand New World has. They throw in Sam Wilson and say, hey, Captain America is going to be fighting these guys. I'm like, this is not a Captain America film. It is a Hulk movie disguised as a Captain America.
It's a sequel to The Incredible Hulk without the Hulk. That makes no sense. Like,
he's busy filming She-Hulk season 2 with that crappy ass CG son he had at the end with the bun. He had that weird haircut, man. What they do to my dude, Scar?
Man bun. Yeah, that was my biggest. That was the biggest issue I had too.
I think my biggest issue with this whole film is that it didn't have the tone that the message was trying to deliver. The message was delivered at the end, right? Whenever he's having this conversation with Falcon, and he's like, it's a lot to wear this costume and to fill in these shoes. It's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of pressure. Like, if that had been the tone of the movie instead of him saying it, I actually liked that scene. I thought that was great. It's weird that they added it at the end instead of the beginning, which in most movies would make sense to have a speech about, man, it's really difficult wearing Captain America's outfit and not being Steve Rogers, right? Why didn't we have that at the beginning instead of the very end? Like, and then experiencing why it's so difficult with him. Like, I thought there was a lot of missed opportunities, and I was really bored with the fighting in this, man. I don't know how many times I've seen that dude flip and cut something.
Like the fighting.
Like, a lot. It was like the same shot, too. It was like the director was like, I really like him spinning. Let him spin on that rocket. Let him spin on the Hulk. Let him spin in that van. I'm like, oh my God, dude, do something else. Like, it's difficult to do a movie about with somebody that, is fighting someone like the Hulk and doesn't have the super soldier serum, right? Like, he is a normal dude that is a little bit strong, though. I don't know how, and has vibranium wings.
Yeah, when he got that knife, like, or whatever, right in his like chest and just took it out when
he kept getting cut and stabbed. I was like, man, this Captain America is getting beaten.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Hawkeye get his ass kicked too, though. So, it almost seems like I think they wanted to give him a foe like the Hulk that was big and powerful, but maybe they should have picked a different one. Like, almost, I would have been okay if the whole movie was about him fighting the Serpent Society and Sidewinder was the major villain, with maybe
I thought that was the route they were going to go, but instead,
some ties to Adam, like with using the Adamsntium. We can still introduce Adamsntium. We can still maybe introduce the leader.
oh, we got a really boring villain, man. We got a really boring villain.
Yeah, no,
that guy is a talented actor. We haven't seen that guy and Liv Tyler since the 2008. Incredible. That means it's been what? How many years is that?
15? No, 17 years.
17
Holy crap! It's been 17 years, and this is where they show up in Captain America. I don't know. It just feels like there were a lot of plots being thrown at the freaking board, and they were just picking up things that were sticking, and people were saying that there was a Diamondback was supposed to be in this, and a bunch of other the Serpent Societies. I would have been okay with that. I needed a villain that that actually seemed like was a threat.
Yeah,
like controlling the president, turning into the Hulk. Like I don't know, it just didn't really work with me.
And it was all, and the problem was it was so the thing that it was not a worldwide like problem or threat for Sam to face. That's what they needed. They needed something that was like a not world ending, but a big problem. The president's reputation being ruined by turning into the Hulk is by no means world ending for Sam or for anyone, right? That's not at all. I mean, the world ending thing, I guess, would have been the treaty and the fight between Japan and the United States. But at the same time, I mean, they needed to show that Sam could still be Captain America level Captain America, even if he never took the soldier serum. And that's what they had to have him keep saying, that he was that same person instead of showing.
And I hate to disagree with both of you, but I actually don't like Anthony Mackie as the main character. I don't think he can carry the movie because it takes like a lot, at least for me, right? And I'm probably in the minority here. I just don't think he has that charisma level to carry this type of movie. Because I mean, that is like he even said, like there's a lot of weight on his shoulders, right? Like riding on his shoulders for this, and it seems like the whole MCU is. I think he's a good actor, but I think he feeds better off of people. So, what was the movie he was in with Jennifer Connelly, where they were both homeless? I think, and Paul, her husband, directed it.
Mm-hmm. I maybe remember what you're talking about, but
and he was okay in that. But again, I don't know if he can carry a movie, especially something like this. That was another issue I had with this. Like, they're focusing a lot on Harrison Ford and less on Mackie, and that might have been a good thing. Yeah.
And that's the other thing. It didn't feel like his own movie. That was the other problem, because a lot of people said, "Oh, Civil War is really almost like an Avengers 2.5 or whatever," right? Because it was while it was a Captain America film, there was a heavy involvement of Iron Man, right? And of course the rest of the Avengers. And this felt like the same thing. It was a co-lead with Harrison Ford, who had a lot of great scenes and a lot of great moments, and then of course Captain America too. So it just felt like it was like almost they were co-leading the film, as if they weren't confident that Anthony Mackie could carry the film on his own almost, or again, if they really weren't sure what kind of story they could put on screen that is cinematic level worthy for this Captain America. That's what I think is the biggest issue they faced. And then they had to shoehorn in the leader right there at the end, and that end credits, other worlds. And I was like,
incursion drop.
Thanks for that. Yay.
Yeah. So I remember talking to Amanda, and I was so lost because I was like, didn't we already do an incursion movie? I was so like,
it was timeline, and that was Loki.
I was legit confused. I mean, like Doctor Strange or Spider-Man, right? And honestly, that ending said to me like, oh, when they film that, they really don't know where they're going with this. They never said anything like, like Kang is coming or because when we knew Thanos was coming, right? Like that was the big hint. Like he was coming. And in this, it was like, something big is happening and the world's going to end. And I was like, yeah, you guys have no idea where you're going to go. So you kind of leave it like that, right? It's very vague, which very vague could be good. We've had it planned since then. It just, I don't know.
Oh, that posting.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty bad too.
yeah.
Well, it's Jesse Eisenberg, right?
Yeah, it's Jesse Eisenberg, yeah.
It can't be worse than Mr. Mind coming back in Shazam 2, though. Like,
I was expecting so much after that first post-credit scene, and then Shazam 2 came out, and I was like, well,
that's never happening. Now, for those who aren't familiar with, so just to catch you up on the plot. So the leader had been, Thunderbolt Ross had been keeping him in this underground secret base after the events of the Incredible Hulk, because the Gamma had seeped into him and had, mutated his brain and made him very smart, high probability.
That happened in the original Incredible
Hulk. Mm-hmm. Yes. So Thunderbolt Ross is dying, or his heart is failing, and so he went to the leader and said, "I'll let you out of prison if you can help. Once I'm president, if you help me fix myself." So he starts giving him these pills. He's been taking these pills for years.
I actually looked at Amanda and I'm like, oh man, if they run into Star Fox, Harry Styles, and
I was waiting for Harry Styles to make an appearance. Blade I don't think we'll see Blade. Hercules showing up, that would be also hilarious.
I don't know if Hercules is going to show up, man. I don't know about these post-credit scenes anymore.
And so, but all the while, because the leader is very intelligent, he's the one who made the soldiers do everything using the mind control methods that Hydra had used on the Winter Soldier, and with a song that would play, and then of course that would turn them. And so after,
did anyone else hear the song? Like, that was so.
I thought Ruth did, but maybe I was just me. But I thought maybe she just was like,
no, everybody. I think we all heard it in the theater. I assume it was supposed to be heard,
or maybe we were supposed to hear it, but they all didn't hear it. And so we find out the leader actually had put a little bit of gamma in those pills, so that over time it would enter into Thaddeus's bloodstream, thus creating the Red Hulk, because he had planned all of this out after he realized, I guess, that Thunderbolt Ross was not going to release from prison. So he set everything in motion to ruin his plan.
His legacy.
And that's the plot of the film, essentially. And Sam is just finding all this stuff out, playing a little game of chase, while Harrison Ford is trying to keep him from finding out and keeping other people from finding out. And then eventually, it does have the climax of them, of Harrison Ford eventually turning into the Hulk and them having a battle. And then that's the crux of
plot. Yes. Still waiting for Drax to get revenge on Gobot Psykill for killing his relative. What was the song? Want It That Way?
No, it was
it was Mr. Blue.
Oh, there we go. Mr. Blue.
That's what Kane said. Mr. Blue was a callback to his handle was communicating with Mr. Bruce, Mr. Green. Thank you, Bruce, for the super chat. They brought up Ross's heart issues back in Civil War. So that didn't just come out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, we all heard the music, right? Like, we're not, and this is the White House. Surely they can just play video of these people with their screens. Yeah. I react the same way when I hear Despacito on You Want to Kill People. It's a good song.
Right.
Who is the new president? Yeah, we didn't know. We don't know who the vice president was.
I kept hoping that they would say something.
Steve Rogers.
No, he passed away.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Sam attended his funeral.
When did
was that in the museum during the Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yeah, I thought
TV show.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
it was not good.
Omar has no recollection of that.
I was like, no, I'm pretty sure that he passed away.
Are you sure? I thought he was on vacation.
No, well, he was.
Steve Rogers killed Captain America. Steve Rogers.
He was old in Endgame, and then a lot of several years have passed since Endgame.
Yeah, but he's got the super soldier serum in him.
I
He
understand.
was just
that.
old because he was married to the woman for like 30-something years.
I'm gonna look it up, but I'm fairly.
I thought he was like on a mission somewhere with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
Are y'all looking up this fake funeral?
No.
Yes, I don't remember the show at all. There's no way I would have remembered an iconic scene like Steve Rogers' funeral, right?
There was a musical.
Okay, I know that, and it sucked. I really don't remember
There is
that.
no Steve Rogers funeral. Okay, maybe there wasn't. Maybe I was just thinking about his. I don't know.
There's still funeral scene in Falcon.
Oh, okay. So this is why I'm thinking. Okay, so in earlier trailers, there are scenes of him attending a funeral.
You can't kill Steve Rogers in a trailer, Amanda.
I know. Well, and people were trying to guess if it was going to be
The
Steve Rogers.
deciphering.
Well, then fools need to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah. So there was no funeral scene. My fault. I'm thinking of a trailer that obviously. Yeah. There we go.
I just remember the big memorial that they had in Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I don't think it was like any indication he passed away or anything.
Yeah.
Because I had like a shield and whatnot.
Steve can't be dead. I do think the serum gives him a few extra years, even in the ripe old age. The leaders are warning Sam Wilson about Sony Spider-Man and telling him why Thor is crying. I wish we got those kind of answers. I wish the leader would have been like, you gotta watch out for the Vulture. He's recruiting Morbius. The Hunter. They're coming over with Madam Web. I don't know how I feel about Adamsntium being introduced like Vibranium. I thought that's the same plot to Vibranium, right? The element from outer space. It crashed in Wakanda, and hey, Vibranium. This is just a celestial being, and now we have the strongest metal. So does that mean that all celestials are made out of adamantium? Like I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that.
Hunt for Celestials. Now there's a movie.
And holy crap, that's a lot of adamantium, right? Like, does that mean that you get adamantium? Like, are we doing a whole Weapon X thing? And how they're gonna have to fast forward some time, right? Because if we're gonna introduce Wolverine, when they got to kidnap somebody now, and
they've already harvested adamantium. So
unless you're gonna get Hugh Jackman to play him again,
until he's 90.
I
mean, William Stryker hasn't been introduced yet, so we don't know what the Weapon X program is. But the other thing that we should note is that Ross had also, in another plot point, he wanted Sam to bring back the Avengers. So whether or not this is a foreshadowing of the Thunderbolts or not, but he asked Sam to bring the Avengers back. And I thought that was also going to be a bigger part of this, but I
did too. I got excited.
Like barely. It was mentioned. He mentions it to Bucky once. Sam does. And then they talk about it. Him and Joaquin talk about it briefly towards the end. And then, whether or not, as he passes on I guess officially, gives him tips and therefore saying you could be the Falcon. But again, another plot point that maybe they were trying to go that route, but what was the point of introducing it so soon in the movie if we were just going to not even address it at all? That almost felt like that should have been the end credit scene, and then like he throws some of the Avengers we've seen so far in there instead of
that was a weird to put it.
Like it almost should have been like the end credit scene. After this, we need the Avengers back after the Red Hulk.
Who's the main villain in the movie? I guess
the leader.
Sam Stearns, baby, aka the. Oh my.
Yes, Sam Stearns. I think is the lead. Yeah.
That costume's so bad.
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, when he wore that hoodie, I'm like, what are we doing? What's happening? He looks like the Unabomber. Why is he wearing a hoodie? This is so stupid.
I thought he kind of looked like Riddler for a while, up until he like took the mask. I don't know why.
This movie unfortunately needed to be something that stood out. It's my least favorite Captain America movie.
I agree.
Yeah.
And because I mean, say what you will about the first one, it had flaws, but it was so different. It was different than everything. Like that was the beauty of Phase 1. I thought Marvel was really getting creative. Thor stood out differently than First Avenger. First Avenger even had like a different color tone. It looked different. It felt different, right? And then even movies like up to like Doctor Strange and Ant-Man, I don't like Ant-Man at all, but even Ant-Man, the first one, looked differently than all the other movies. This looked like TV shows, which I think why I like things like WandaVision and Agatha all along, because they are different. They stand out. I kind of dig that about it. Or probably my favorite thing they've done in recent years was the Werewolf by Night. I thought that was excellent, and I wish they would do more projects like that. This just looks like your run-of-the-mill type. And I said, dude, I'm sure if you go back and watch our Falcon Winter Soldier review, I said the exact same thing. I'm sure it feels like one of those run-of-the-mill superhero movies that, sure, I'll rewatch one day, but I'm not excited to. You remember like the excitement that you would have coming out of an MCU movie and like, dude, I can't wait to watch that again. I missed that, and I need that back. I hope I get that in Fantastic Four.
Yeah, well, not Thunderbolts. Are you? Because that comes out first. Are you not?
I forgot about Thunderbolts because honestly, I think my brother's excited for Thunderbolts. I saw the trailer twice, and I'm like, it looks okay. Like it looks fun.
At least hopefully the plot will be a little bit more coherent and all just kind of makes sense. Like they didn't string a bunch of different movies together to make one film. But you're right. It does feel like it's just a continuation of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which fine, but then put it on the TV. And there needed to be just something else. And especially the end credit scene did not leave me excited at all.
Yeah, because because it didn't feel like they know where they're going at that time. Now they know. Now they know Robert Downey Jr. is coming back. Now they know all these things of the Fantastic Four. What blows my mind is that people still have expectations for these movies after half a decade of mediocrity. I will say this: there are some that stand out, though. Like in the last 50, when was Endgame? Endgame was what,
2019?
Yeah, I mean, since then we've had. I thought, at least to me, I think WandaVision definitely stands out. I really liked Werewolf by Night. I liked the Agatha. I thought Hawkeye was pretty solid, and that seems like a run-of-the-mill type of superhero show. Nothing really stood out.
By the end,
Loki season 2 was excellent. I thought Loki season 2 was excellent. But the movies themselves, Guardians 3, that was good.
Yeah, I love Guardians 3, and I think most of the other ones have been hit and miss.
Yeah, unless they're like No Way Home or
they've been middle of the road or like
unless No Way Home, but that's not really, I guess,
that was a crazy.
I did not like No Way Home.
Oh wow, never mind. Dom did not like No Way Home.
Oh, I will say this about Shang-Chi though. Shang-Chi was another movie that I think they did kind of do something different. Like that battle scene at the end was very mystical, almost like Lord of the Rings type of fighting.
And the fight scene too, on the San Francisco subway.
That was wicked.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Where's Shang-Chi too? This movie's supposed to be the last movie of the old regime of Disney that wanted to pump out content in cookie cutter format for streaming. Well, it did. This felt like a streaming.
Yeah, it definitely did.
So Chapek,
I think
Disney.
I think overall, Omar, to sort of speak on what you were talking about earlier, like the thing you were talking about with the message of the movie and everything else that was behind it, I sort of felt the same way, like with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because I love like all the Isaiah Bradley stuff. I love the US Agent stuff. It's just muddled in a hodgepodge mess where they decided to add a whole bunch of other stuff, which completely messes up the whole part of the film. Like I thought for the first like 20, 25 minutes, right before Isaiah Bradley shoots Thad Ross, I was like, hey, we might be going somewhere. They're saying something with this. And then you cut to the standard fare, run-of-the-mill, poorly thought out action scenes.
Yes.
And it just kept repeating over and over and over again until we got to the end of the film. And I think had it maybe been a little bit longer, maybe they didn't meddle with a lot of the reshoots, it probably would have been a lot better, but I was just so disappointed with the way that they handled the overall tone and message of the film.
I agree with that. I think that's one of the biggest.
I mean, they definitely needed a win, and it just wasn't. At least for me, it wasn't this one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you all wanted to add about it? It made me laugh, not on purpose, like it wasn't intentional, but it did make me laugh
think
times with some of the delivery.
The audience that I was with only laughed twice.
Was it when they were supposed to laugh or laugh at things that like bad CG or that's always the worst, right?
Yeah, one of them was definitely at like, oh, like what the heck is this? And then the other one was the Bucky cameo when he says like, oh, that's a speech that Cap wrote or whatever. They laughed at that. Those are the only two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which that also felt like that was also, to me, the Bucky scene also felt like it was part of the reshoots. Like, oh, let's bring Bucky in. This might make it feel better.
Yeah, and let's acknowledge the fact that we completely ripped off the plot to Winter Soldier and Manchurian Candidate, right? Like, I'm really surprised.
They ended Civil War, right? We're trying to prove Bucky was innocent the whole time. That was the whole idea behind Civil War. He wasn't the one who did it. It was, what's his name? What's that other guy?
Baron Zemo.
Yeah, it was Zemo the whole time, right? That's what this was. The exact same thing.
Thunderbolts is the last movie. Correction, Roberto Rodriguez, according to Saturday.
There you go. Fantastic Four is going to be the start of
the next phase. And you can already tell just by the look and feel of Fantastic Four. It just feels vastly different from.
We need that. We need vastly different at this point. How does Cap fly so fast? He was breaking the sound barrier. Vibranium, Wakanda technology, man. They hooked him up. Was there any mention? No, there was no.
I was surprised
that's how bad it was. I forgot that happened.
I want to know if like Emily Van Camp is still, part of the whole thing with Marvel. I guess not.
Maybe her contract was up and they're like, we don't know.
I mean, do people really miss Sharon Carter? I know people really like Peggy Carter.
I like Emily Van Camp.
I take Haley Otwell. Is that her name?
Haley, yeah.
Haley, yeah.
Very, very talented.
She half a dozen for me. I don't need this. Fine.
But what?
It's fine. I mean, I didn't care for Sharon. You
didn't like Peggy either?
No, I liked Peggy, but I didn't care for Sharon.
Sharon was just trying to step in her.
I know. I thought that was weird. Maybe that's why.
Like grandmother, like granddaughter. That's really weird. She was for Armor Wars. Reports it's been canned. Was that a movie or are they going to do a show?
Thought it was supposed to be a movie, but Don Cheadle will be like, really?
Don Cheadle looked old in Endgame. Did you upload the Christina Hendricks GIF and Sydney Sweeney GIF? You had 2 days. No, I did not.
No, but you know what? I got you. You want a GIF? I got you a GIF.
No, don't. Damn it, Mike. We were doing so good. Sharon couldn't fill Peggy's bra. Ouch. Not that means that she's not talented.
It's not. Yeah.
Just means she has less fat in her.
Wait, but what if they're not the Dark Avengers? What if they're the Great Lakes Avengers?
What if their force works and no one's excited except 5 people in the movie theater?
Let's go. Iron Man 2020. We're back.
When Secret Wars happens, the loose ends won't be loose ends anymore. It's going to be like the CW shows. Yeah, but that was pre-crisis. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Anything else left to talk about? We talked about the acting. What'd you think of the lady that played Sabra? I guess not Sabra, but like Blue Widow or whatever they rewrote her as.
Yeah. So she was fine.
Ruth Bat-Sabra.
Again, a character they shoehorned in for some reason. I don't know why we needed her.
I hope her and I remember joking. I was like, I hope her and I and you were like, no. And then he's like, I'm gonna take this chick out. And I was like, Isaiah, get you some, man.
That was so
she a little bit earlier was like, I can work with that.
Yeah, and she would mess with Bucky even though he's like over 100 years old. And then when Isaiah said he was taking Ruth to see a play, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, she's gonna be watching that play, all right.
I don't know why we needed the character again. Yes, because we had what? It made sense for Scarlett Johansson, for Black Widow to be in the Falcon or in Winter Soldier. It made sense for her to be in that movie. I don't know why we needed Ruth in this movie, or even Layla Taylor. Again, all these, they just put these characters in and they want us to care about them, but they didn't give me enough to care about them, I guess.
Well, maybe the original plan was to be something else, and things had to change, right?
Should have been. Yeah, I don't know if she added anything to the movie, honestly. It felt like one of those, again, awkward, stunted parts where you're asking yourself, why are we wasting 15, 20 minutes on this when we could have been doing something more with... I just really wanted more of Isaiah Bradley, like, in this movie.
Yeah, me too. I was hoping he put on that red mask.
Yeah, I thought he was by far the best part of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, that's why, to me, like, there's still some rewatch value in that show. Is like, I love Isaiah, and whenever he talked with Sam about this stuff, and for the first 20 minutes I was in, and then after that, my mind just went completely blank. So,
I think they missed the beat with.
I will say I did appreciate that he did not take the super soldier serum, and that part did make me chuckle when he was like, what did he say something about Bucky? He's like, man, Bucky's full of shit for telling me not to take the super soldier serum. I thought that was pretty funny. As he's getting his butt whooped by the Red Hulk. I agree with Dom. The Isaiah stuff was the most interesting to me. This one.
We need more of it. I really thought like they were gonna make that a central focus of the movie. And then a friend of mine, like, I think a day ago, was like, Dom, if you're expecting Isaiah stuff, you're probably not gonna find it in this movie. And I was like, well, there goes my life.
Bill, he made one hell of a Black Widow costume. There were leaked pics of Betty and Sam attending a funeral in the film. I wonder if that was supposed to be.
That's probably what that was. Yeah.
During the reshoots. So Ross was supposed to die. He wasn't supposed to become Red Hulk. I wish they had kept the Red Hulk a freaking secret. But I tell you what, I don't think people would have gone and seen this if, like, less people would have gone and seen it if you didn't have the Red Hulk in there.
You think so? We're going to find out.
Absolutely. I think the Red Hulk probably brought in some people that weren't going to see this movie, unfortunately, just because of everything we talked about. You know, people coming out of the MCU going, that was a movie. Right? Who was excited? Who did I didn't know anybody that was excited for Cap Brave New World.
I just wanted to watch because it was a Cap movie. I didn't know that. Oh, they're gonna throw him in too. So
yeah, I had no idea they were gonna do it.
Good for them, I guess. I do find it funny you mentioned that, Omar, because like literally for the 10 minutes after the movie theater, I had to explain to my mom and dad like who the Red Hulk was and like. Oh, wait, there's a Red Hulk in the there's Red Hulk in comic lore, and I had to explain them. Oh, this is what
he's like the Green Hulk, but not exactly the same.
Yeah.
Well, definitely not in this MCU because the Green Hulk is just Bruce Banner in CGI now.
Okay, if that's it, then let's go ahead and rate the movie out of 10.
Okay.
We'll let our guest go first. Dom, what would you give Captain America Brave New World out of 10?
I had higher expectations than I think I expected. So I think I'll put it at like a 4. I think a 4 out of 10 is honestly, I think, perfect.
4 out of 10. Yeah. Amanda, what would you give?
So I'm going to be slightly
Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Yeah.
The first black Captain America, Amanda.
Why did you not do that to Dom?
I know. What would you give it? Give Sam Wilson?
I was gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Okay, that's
because I mean, like for me, it's still
that's above average. Good.
I guess above average. Yeah, Harrison Ford still packs a punch for me.
So. It's a middle of the road for me. 5 out of 10. If I felt like this was like Falcon Winter Soldier, like.
Falcon Winter Soldier meets the Incredible Hulk 2008, baby.
It's just there. The Incredible Hulk had more action. And at least they were like picking up cars and throwing at each other and using cars as freaking gloves. That was so awesome. Yeah. I just saw Sam spinning around like
Sonic. They didn't want to ruin the cherry blossoms, Omar.
They did with the freaking
They did though.
No, bring the White House. Man,
they blew up the White House, man.
Well, 2/3 of the West Wing.
Amanda also gave Superman Returns a 6 out of 10. So above average.
Yeah, above average. Nah.
I'd rather go to bed with a toothache out of 10. 5.5 out of 10.
Phil, did you go watch this film?
Phil doesn't. Didn't you hear Phil? Phil hasn't seen a movie in the movie theater in like 30 years.
I know.
6 out of 10. Omar's right. The Red Hulk's a big selling point for people who weren't interested in the movie and for selling merchandise. I mean, I really do think that's why they added him, right? Like, otherwise, marketing. Holy exposition, Batman out of 10. And anybody else want to rate this? It feels like they just added a widow to mirror Captain America 2. A lot of points in that movie felt like that.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I wish it had been better, but I don't know. I didn't. It wasn't like I went in with like the biggest expectations either. I was just
but at the same
see if it's
time,
at least fun. I will say it was fun.
Yeah,
but fun can only get you
there
so
were fun
far.
moments.
Yeah, I think just because it's the first film we've had in a while. I mean,
What was the last film? Deadpool and Wolverine.
Right?
Yeah,
It's been that long.
and Deadpool and Wolverine isn't really like. It's still not proper MCU, right? Because it's still tying at the loose ends of Fox's universe. So for me, this is like they needed this one to show us that we're back. Because a lot of time has passed between this and Marvel's, right? Marvel's was the last movie from the proper MCU that came out. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes, because then Echo was like the first of the new year, the TV shows. Okay. So they needed something. And then it just didn't deliver. Especially then you need an end credit scene that's really going to make people excited. But it's like they like give them something quick and like really exciting to say that is obvious and say that. No, not doing it for me.
That actually does bring up the memory of me watching Captain America, the First Avenger, and that post-credit scene where Steve is talking with Nick Fury and he's like, yeah, I had a date. It's like, man, that's powerful stuff.
Yes.
Stuff that makes you feel something in the heart.
Right?
I'd never had the moment like that in this film at all. That was just what I'm so disappointed. It's like it's a Captain America film. There should be feels.
Yeah, and then for
Yeah.
feel, and then for the leader to be the one that delivers the whole "there's more than other worlds." Who's the leader? What? Like, why him?
Well, because he calculated. Apparently, that's his powers. The calculation.
Okay. Again.
Look, he's borrowing an Incredible Hulk villain to begin with, but I mean, I'm not gonna hate on that. Daredevil's greatest villain is borrowed from Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
You'll forget that. So
That's true.
Yeah. Can we talk about Cobra Kai? The movie. This movie's quality is motivating me to watch the first 3
good films.
Yeah, I like First Avenger more. But honestly, I'm not a hater of First Avenger. I know it's not the most loved Marvel movie, but I kind of dug it. But is that post scene better than Morbius Vulture scene?
But to be fair, at least the Vulture scene was like, whoa. Like,
no, it wasn't. It was you used the wrong whoa. It was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, at least it was like that. It was like, oh, this is boring. Like,
oh my god, I'm recruiting
some
villains. I'm recruiting some villains. Dude, strike hard. I cried so many manly tears watching Cobra Kai, the final season, man. It was so good.
A lot of songs
oh my god, they went full circle and brought it back to the original Karate Kid. I don't want to spoil what happens, but just some of those lines that go, oh man, and the freaking song that plays. So good.
We may have to just review that on Wednesday.
We have to just say screw
Reviewing
it.
The
We should review
Spider-Man.
that instead of freaking Captain America, Brave New World. Okay. Now I need some numbers. How much did this movie cost? What does it need to make to?
Well, where's Bruce?
Oh yeah, Bruce would know
Bruce
what
can
it
do
is.
the math. Bruce can do the math. So,
just wait until Morbius.
Stop.
I would. You know what? I'll be honest with you. That actually would have gotten some kind of emotion out of me if both Morbius and Vulture were in that cell with the leader. I'd have been like, I don't know how I feel about this. It's so weird.
He'll eat you to be like, I guess.
It would have been an emotion, which is more than I have to say about the actual ending.
Exactly. So the official budget that like everyone Hollywood Reporter stuff reporting is 180 million for the movie, but
That's
other
before
reports
marketing.
that's for the budget for the making of it. But a lot of reports are saying upwards of 300 plus, especially given the reshoots. So clearly, I don't know. I'm not going to do math, but I think it would need to make a lot of money back in order for it to even break even. But right now, I think the estimated opening weekend is maybe at 80 million. And honestly, I'm a little worried it's not even going to hit that. We do have President's Day. So a lot of people will be off on Monday. So maybe they'll
they're going to go see the White House get wrecked.
Yeah, that's the best time to go see it on President's Day. But we'll see. I mean, so far the early, it has a 53% on Rotten Tomatoes. The audience score is 79%, so it's a little bit higher.
Oh, so the audience really liked it, huh?
Yeah, so there's a higher audience score, but I don't know. It's going to need a lot it's really going to need a lot to break even and be considered, I guess, as a success in that way. I don't see it. Now, it could be a big hit overseas, but I don't know.
Oh, that's right. It could be.
I always forget about the overseas box office, but they're probably as important, if not sometimes more important. Oh my gosh, Bruce. Thanks for the super chat. Needs to make $1 billion basically, so to break
$1 billion.
That's a lot of money.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Break even? How do we go from $180 million to $1 billion, Bruce? Oh, pre-sales were big in China. Hey now.
Well, I think Thursday preview showings were only at 12 million, which is
lower
than Batman. No, here, which is lower than Quantumania, which I think was at 17.5.
Oh God, lower than Quantumania.
But we didn't know how. But at the time, we didn't know.
Wait. 12 million is good in today's age, right? Because how much did Captain Marvel make overall? Captain Marvel didn't do that well. The new one, the Marvels, right?
Captain Marvel lost a lot of hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, the Marvels did less than that, I think, opening weekend, didn't they?
53 million, I think.
Opening weekend. Oh,
those stockholders are not going to be happy. In 2 months.
Eternals and Quantumania have worse Rotten Tomatoes.
47. I'm sorry, it was 47 million.
Uncanny Johnny. Shouldn't you be on V-Day night? I'm 46 years old, man. My wife and I are staying home. We play video games, and I was doing work. I'm gonna take her out on Sunday.
Oh,
Captain America 4 production was $180 million. Many think it needs 500 million to break even.
The numbers don't even agree with the numbers, Omar. That's where we're at this point.
Yeah.
Ain't mathing right now.
Johnny was Cobra Kai, man. Johnny was Cobra. Oh, dude, so good. I'm so ready to talk about that show. So this is what it felt like for people who didn't like the Eternals.
It's funny because I texted a friend of mine because he asked me like, hey, if you're gonna watch the movie, let me know if I should watch it too. I asked him, hey, did you like Eternals? And he was like, oh, I didn't really like that movie. I told him just watch it on Disney Plus. You're not missing out.
Yeah.
So. Because that is the crux of the movie, and it.
Like, the guy, I don't know. Maybe it's not a guy. Maybe it could be. The person that directed this movie, didn't they make a comment about how the other movies weren't violent enough, like weren't mature enough? He made a comment, or they made a comment just recently. I don't know if it's a woman, about how the previous Captain America movies weren't. It was like watching kid movies. I can't remember what they said, and I was like, "Oh man, you can't be making comments like that because if your movie sucks, it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass." Wasting no time for spoiling shit. Dude, do you see the bottom of that? What does that say? Kingsport Cow, 100% spoiler.
Yeah, we are about an hour in Kingsport Cow.
You want Amanda to go off? You want her to go off?
I'm not going off.
If the movie really costs $180 million to make, needs to make about $800 million because $120 million marketing budget. That is crazy. I hope fantastic. Oh, that was I'm sorry, it was Daredevil. Thank you, Neil. That's what it was. Thank you, my friend. I'm sorry. It was Fantastic Four. Daredevil, not Fantastic Four. But rumors are it really did cost $350 million to make. Hence why I wrote $1 billion. Thank you. So it wasn't just inflation. All right. So I'm sorry about that, Julius, who directed Captain America.
Do we know?
I don't even know who directed it. I mean, that's how stale.
Well, I was listening to Amanda, and she said Julius.
Do we know if the director Julius attended the premiere at all? So, like, because I'm looking at some other reports that said, like, during the reshoots that they actually pulled the director and
We got like a secondary
hired
director?
a new writer and replaced him for the reshoots because they felt like he was in over his head.
Wow.
But they were still going to let him retain his directing credits. So I am curious. I don't know if he attended the premiere or not.
I have no idea.
Well, I'm going to look it up.
No, this is destroying China box office right now. Okay, I'm looking forward to the
Okay, who
Daredevil
was there? Okay, who was there?
So am I. Gotta get the views. Strike while that iron's hot. And it wasn't that hot for Captain America Brave New World.
We're just keeping it real. Thank you.
Inflation was Bruce having to pay more to clarify his first comment. That's not inflation. That's love, man. That's love. I don't know if he went did a Fandango video with Sam Wilson at the Falcon. Dude, Amanda and I were sitting waiting for the movie to start, and they played a goddamn trailer of the movie we're about to watch before the movie.
And they did kind of halfway do that, yeah.
What? That's right, man. We're just like Cobra Kai.
It was like the little skit that Tom Cruise did before like Top Gun Maverick. We're here to see a movie, and it's gonna. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
That's all I need, man. You need to remind me why we need to go to the movie theaters. Like, we need to fill those seats. Like James Cameron said, he wants people standing at the movie theater, filling the whatever the hell he thinks people do in the movie theater. Had Superman trailer attached to it. It looked great. We had Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, which I hadn't seen Fantastic Four on the big screen. Cool. So that looked good. Yeah. Yes, Dom is here joining us because he could not wait to talk about Sabra. Brett Brown was the only Captain America. Doug, how old is your ass? How are you? Isaiah Bradley is the true Captain America. I am glad. I thought for a minute. I told Amanda when we were watching, I'm like, I really, really hope Isaiah don't get shot. And vice versa. Sam Wilson doesn't get shot, and they have to do a blood transfusion from Isaiah to Sam Wilson. Because I was like, that's the plot of the Patriot. Like, we need that for his grandson. Like, a Young Avengers is still going to happen, right?
I was surprised. Yeah, I was surprised that Eli Bradley somehow didn't get thrown into the wind at all with this, despite the Avengers reference and Isaiah being in there. Nothing there at all in that front. Would have been perfect to have that too sink in with this Marvel. And yes, Saturday morning, I did get that.
We did not, because we didn't go to an AMC.
No, we went to, like, remember what I said about that old ass projector? It's as old as Amanda. So it's got like a screen like burns and all that stuff. Well, hearing that all that review for Captain America 4, I'm still more excited about Thunderbolts like I was originally. Well, Thunderbolts has one really good thing going for it. Florence Pugh. That is the biggest reason to go and watch that movie. My goodness.
Oh no, I mean she's beautiful, but
that better have been you, not Dom, making that noise.
I thought it was going to be Bob or the Sentry. I don't know who he's the Void. I don't know who he's going to be, but whoever he's supposed to be.
I'm old enough that I was the remote control in the house.
Wow. You had to get up from your couch to change that channel. That had to have been rough.
There's always a Space Jam 2 or Looney Tunes back in action. Dom, were you a fan of Space Jam? That was
dude, I love Space Jam 2. My favorite player, LeBron James, is in it. That already makes it a 9 out of 10. And then the fact that it was a Space Jam sequel, it's perfect. It's a perfect film.
Hell.
Really? All the Warner Brothers can't. They're like, let's just throw all of our properties in there.
Florence gonna be funny. Give me that fake ass accent, Florence Pugh. Woo! I'd watch Little Women too, just to watch her come back. Queen Florence, her character is growing on me greatly. I just watched one. What was the movie, Amanda? I was telling you that I watched with
Live in Time.
Yeah, she was good in that.
Yep.
Florence Pugh is awesome, but not a box office draw. I'm worried for Thunderbolt's performance after this movie. Hell, man, Harrison Ford couldn't even bring people to the movies. Maybe in China he will.
Who knows? Do not
Banned
ban
for copying Space Jam.
I
2.
signed a contract to this organization, Bruce. You can't ban me.
Yep, no
He
banning
signed a
happening.
contract.
I'm on
I-
payroll.
I will say that I'm not a fan of Space Jam, the first one. I haven't seen Space Jam 2. Have you seen it, Amanda?
Oh, I have, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Besides, I will
it.
say, Omar, objectively, like if you take my LeBron fandom away, it is not a great film.
how much did Indiana Jones 5 make?
It's a great question. Let's look.
Did it make less than than Shia LaBeouf swinging with monkeys?
It did
Oh
not.
no,
We
dude!
saw it in the movie theaters, and remember that we talked about it because it had such a it did have a $300 million plus budget.
I didn't see it in the theaters.
Yeah.
I was in Japan
$384 million, and they lost $143 million because marketing.
Jeez.
1923.
Oh, you're right. I
season
saw it with Corey. I did not see it with you. You were in Japan,
2.
but it wasn't.
It wasn't
We didn't
Japan.
watch it till many. Like
I waited till I don't think I own it in 4K. I think it was on sale and I still didn't get it. I fell asleep watching it. Why would anyone watch Space Jam 2?
Got
Space
LeBron
Jam
in
2
it.
does have Batman in it.
Got Batman in it.
I don't think that's how you talk me. Space Jam, Amanda, 7 out of 10. Omar, 2.5.
Why we have to put all these?
I have no soul. Wait, where did we talk about Elf? Amanda, 7.5 for
Did we
Elf.
talk about Elf? Why are we bringing Elf up?
Omar, 3.5. That means I liked Elf a little. Oh, James Caan, though. James Caan saved that movie. Brave New World is pretty decent for about 20 minutes, and the rest is super bland.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying.
Indy was a massive bomb. Good choice passing on it, Omar. Indy only has 3 movies. That's right. And one of them does not have Shia LaBeouf swinging with monkeys on a tree. Stupid ass Shia LaBeouf ruining my damn franchises like Transformers and freaking.
He did not ruin Transformers.
He didn't help.
Michael
He didn't help. We didn't
Transformers.
need him. We already had human representation. Megan Fox was the human representation.
No.
Oh my God. Dude, even my wife was like, oh my God, that woman is making my mouth water when she was on top of that motorcycle. I was like, damn.
Nope. She
Yeah.
does not do it for me.
Michael Bay knew what he was doing.
Oh, he did. Oh, yeah, he did.
Space Jam 2 was almost post-virus with having to wear a mask and
Yep,
HBO
that's
Max.
right. Wow, yeah.
Hey,
Why
now.
wouldn't you watch it? It
I
was
will
awesome.
not tolerate slander against my
Indy
king
was a
LeBron.
massive bomb. I'm not too excited about T-Bolts. I wish they'd gone with the original concept of villains pretending to be heroes. That would be so much more unique compared to the team of super soldier secret agents. Yeah, it does feel kind of like
Suicide
a little
Squad.
bit like Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah.
Ron's a very good reason not to watch Space
Oh,
Jam.
come on. No,
Sorry.
that's incorrect and valid.
Megan, Shia LaBeouf was just announced as the.
Omar would have a heart
I
attack.
ain't never seen another goddamn
Imagine
movie.
in Avenger or Doomsday, we get to see freaking Shia LaBeouf in the Indian
I don't know what's
Ocean
worse.
to the Celestial.
That or all of Amanda's stupid ass casting she's done for Wolverine, and I think most of them are just to get on my damn nerves, like Harry Potter.
I was still waiting for like Daniel Radcliffe to show
Daniel
up.
Radcliffe, that's-
Have claws.
I'm out. I think I will.
Fun fact: he'll be William Stryker. That should have been the post-credit scene. Someone handing off the adamantium. That would have been much more interesting. Like much more.
I thought adamantium was going to come from another world, which would have made sense.
Well, it did. It
Because
gave
you don't
much
want
more
an
texture, like-
overabundance of it, right? If you have a lot of a metal, what's to stop something ridiculous like an adamantium surfboard or an adamantium armor that he uses to fight Sabretooth? Oh, wait, that happened in the comics too. Mark Wahlberg also ruined Transformers and Talking to Plants.
I'm frozen.
Oh no, not again. Hey, Amanda is better than a tiger. Tiger?
I think it's fun.
A fox is all right. Okay, yeah. To be fair, Shia has always been my fan cast for Red Hood. Stop that. Do you need a reason to use that stupid ass picture?
I don't
Method
like
acting from
doing
Shia.
this.
If he was
Oh my
cast as
gosh.
Wolf Debris, I would be so out, dude. I can't deal. I don't think I can do it. Amanda's frozen in a good way. Poor Cal's a fan of your picture of that
At least it's not the
Elon
other
Musk. Why do you have a picture of Elon Musk as your avatar?
Elon Musk.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
That's not Elon Omar.
He just loves to give me crap.
How are you? Okay. Are you back?
I don't know. I don't know. Let me
Omar, have a clip to play right now for Amanda. Where she says I'm right. Dude, she texted me saying I was right. I said that's twice in 1 week I've been right about something. Fantastic Four theory. Galactus is actually Franklin. Interesting. Now all I see is Elon Musk. Still frozen.
I'm crying.
Omar, you see Dogman yet? No, it's all time, man. It's like having the time to go and see these things, and I gotta read. If I'm not reading, I'm editing. If I'm not editing, I'm shooting, filming, not shooting, filming. If I'm not filming, I'm it's just it gets to be a lot. So thank God for Dom that's helping me do some shooting and shooting, not shooting again. That frozen shot is all you need, Amanda. Is she still here? Are you here, Amanda?
No, no, she's off.
Restart that computer
temporarily.
Restart that computer, Amanda. Dogman is coming to video on demand. Yep. Thank you, Bruce. Next Tuesday, video on demand. When
time?
When will it be streaming? Are you still going to put out that reading list based around Captain 4? Yes, probably on. You know what? I'll do it on TikTok and then we'll make it a short. Anyone see the last week's? Oh, I haven't seen it, dude. Oh no, worst episode you've seen on that. Dang it! Don't say that.
You had him in the first half. Not gonna lie, Roberto.
I'm 2 episodes behind. I love that show, dude. Shia the dog. Shia LaBeouf is the dog man. Her dog man was good. I probably never watch it. Go watch it. Take your kid, man. Wait, no, how old's your kid again? Kingsport Cow. Honestly, don't know how y'all get that done. I need to feed the zoo and need a nap. Oh, I miss naps. Last week or this week of Severance? Yeah, that's what I want to know. I'm 2 episodes behind this week's and last week's. Nice. That video will be far better than the movie. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It won't cost $180 million either. Universal sticks movies on video on demand a week. I wonder why they do that. Disney says they are making movies longer at them. They should. That's how they lose money if they... I don't know. What do I know? Dogman has a fun bad guy short in front of it. That was another movie my buddy worked on, The Bad Guys. Dom, the latest episode of Severance is tight. Don't believe the lies.
All right. I'll believe you. I mean, my mom likes the show, so.
Your mom's a fan? It's a good show, man. I like it.
She agrees.
I like it a lot, man. It's a show I don't want to know anything about. Like, I don't want people to tell me what's going on. Let's see. Omar, I think that Fantastic Four movie will end as Fantastic Four Heroes Reborn 12 with the end of the world and doom and the Richards family jumping into another reality. Yeah, I could see that. You think they're all going to make it? They could always recast somebody. Or maybe, just maybe, that Reed Richards will turn into the Maker.
Oh, no.
Real Reed Richards is somewhere out there.
The Marvel Rivals synergy has already gotten to us, Omar.
The synergy of the Marvel Rivals. Nosferatu extended cut coming to Peacock next Friday. I really like that movie. After the 4th episode, the 5th episode was a bit slow. And I'm okay, because don't they normally have 8 episodes of Severance? I've seen The Last Dogman, but not Dogman. Flow on Max now. Oh, that's a good movie if you haven't seen it. It's beautiful. Watch it with your kids. Like Goofy. Really do hope this week's episode is great. Make up for last week. The last 2 Severance episodes were good. You need to watch Mythic Quest. Amanda really likes Mythic Quest. And that Johnny Storm becomes... Yes! Let's just screw it up for everybody. I like the fan cast of Miles Teller as the Maker. I like the fan cast that I did of Jim from The Office as Herbie the Robot. Anyone watching Invincible? I forgot Invincible came back. Attack on Titan new movie out at the box office. Did you watch that anime?
I have not, but I've read some of the manga. We have the trade paperback omnibuses over at the shop. I read some of those like during break.
It's good. I like them. I like the anime a little more.
Okay. Yeah, my brother and my cousin, like, they both love the anime, like, to death.
Oh, the anime is good. It's got some kick-ass music too, man.
Music is good.
As a gamer and Sunny fan, I think you'll definitely enjoy it, Omar. Okay, it's got a Mac from Always Sunny, right? Poppy makes Mythic Quest. Dom, which is better, Nickelback or Fallout Boy?
Can I plead the fifth? I'm pleading the fifth on that one. I hate Nickelback with a passion, though. That was a band that my high school bullied me actually out of. Like, nobody in high school liked them. We always trashed them during English class, and I've never liked them since.
Okay. Ooh, Gantz. Gantz is good. All right. And on that note, I think Amanda is busted. Not that she got arrested, but I don't think she's going to come back. So she said we can wrap it up. There's a movie on Apple with Anna Taylor-Joy and the guy from FF4. Yeah, The Gorge. That looks awesome. Yeah. Is it out already? Because I want to see it. Mac and Charlie Day co-create. Oh, Charlie Day is also in Mythic Quest?
That's cool.
I do like that. All right, Dom, I just watched a review of the new Titans on DC Finest, and I think I will have to buy it. Love how you do the videos. Yes, thank you, Dom.
Gabe. Appreciate it. I have another another DC Finest overview coming out tomorrow sometime in the afternoon.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Dom, where can people find you when you're not hanging out with me?
You can find me on this channel at Near Mint Condition, where I do overviews on some books and also talk about some books with the crew. Other than that, you can find me at my own channel at Dom of X, where I just most recently had my catch up with Kelly Thompson. Very, very fun conversation. Very long, but very worthwhile. You can catch me there at Dom of X. And then comicreleases.com is the one site where you can get all of your up-to-date collected editions and releases and whatnot.
Yes, and I'm the Uncanny Omar. I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And Amanda and I do this Reelz Talk every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Which is better, a kick in the nuts, a punch in the kidney, same as Nickelback or Fall Out Boy?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, dude, you've been working hard, brother. To buy them tacos, is that what you're saying? Peace out, everybody. We are out of here. Have a great evening. Go enjoy your Fridays.